far, Rabbi.
Okay. The way Albert likes it. We'll end up Lamed Gimel Be'ezrat Hashem on the bottom of Lamed Bet. Actually, no, without Lamed Gimel. The Gemara said yesterday, Rabbi holds that when a person puts his eruv, wherever a person puts his eruv, notim lo arba amot. Look in Rashi. Kivan da amar Rava, hanotenet eruvo lekaman b'hai pirka. Rava says it later on in our perek. Gaben et galgel chutz l'tchum. When the eruv rolls out of the techum, the katanim matnitin eno eruv. The Mishnah says that the eruv is not an eruv. The amar Rava lo shanu ela shenet galgel chutz l'techum arba amot. When do we say that his eruv is batil? If it rolled 4 amot out of the techum. Aval toch arba amot. If it's within 4 amot, we have a trick. Hanotenet eruvo yesh lo arba amot. A person who puts his eruv is koneh 4 amot. Kelomar arba amot shesevivo avele kemukafot mechitzot. Those 4 amot are surrounded by mechitzot. So therefore, if the 4 amot is surrounded by mechitzot, so mechitzot are connecting him to in the tehum. If the eruv didn't roll 4 amot out of the tehum, so he's connected to in the tehum. Let's say you put your eruv in a house. Part of it is in the tehum and part of it is out of the tehum. Mehalechet kulo. He could go in the whole house. V'chuta lo alpayim amah. Dahave kol habayit ki'ihu b'toch techumo kedamrin lekaman b'ketzed me'abrin. Anshe'er gidolam kol ketana. Hanami kol arba amot havle kebayit. The 4 amot of his eruv is like a house. Umatzi le'atuye mechutz latechum b'toch hatechum. And he could bring his eruv or come from out of the techum to enter the techum. Alma l'rava kirshut yachid hen lo. The 4 amot around his eruv is like kirshut yachid, and therefore, if your eruv is above 4 on a place that's above 10, 4 by 4, which is kirshut yachid, if you are mechaven to be shovet by the base of that pole, it's a good eruv, even though technically you are mechaven to be shovet in reshut harabim, and your eruv is halachically in the reshut hayachid, and you're not allowed to take it off. But in the virtual eruv world, you're in a virtual reshut yachid, and virtually you're allowed to take it off, or eruvli you're allowed to take it off, even though you're not allowed. Right. But there's like a virtual world of the eruv, where when you put the eruv, you koneh arba amot. The arba amot is considered reshut yachid. It goes up all the way to the sky. You're allowed to take it. So the Gemara says, if so,
ignore the fact that there happens to be a tree in the middle of it.
No, that's great for you. So what? So it's Reshut Yachid. You can't have a tree in the middle of Reshut Yachid. You can have a tree in the middle of the shul, right? Like Blai Land does. Why can't you have a tree in the middle of Reshut Yachid? Right? Reshut Yachid ole adarakia. It goes up to the sky, and therefore afilu netano lemala me'asara. Even if you put it above 10, 4 by 4. They're both in Reshut Yachid. Now Rashi qualifies, like we said, it's not a real Reshut Yachid. Legabe isura de oraita. For the isur de oraita lemishkele me'ilan, to take it off the tree lahatam into your virtual Reshut Yachid. The haleka mechitza miu le'inyan. That we should consider him and his eruv in the same place. We'll consider it one reshut. Rava considers it like it's full. Okay. So the Gemara says, so what's the case of the ilan? Let's see it. Amar Rav Yitzchak bered Rav Mesharshia. How is the case in the Mishnah that if you put it in an ilan above 10 tefachim, it's no good? Hare, so what? If it's higher than 10 tefachim, even if the tree is 4 by 4, you're in your virtual reshut yachid, it's okay. Says Gemara, hacha bi'ilan, hanoteh chutz le'arba amot askina. The tree slants out of the 4 amot. Right? So v'nitkaven l'shvot bi'ikaro. He wanted to be koneh shivita by the base of the tree. And so his Rishut Yachid goes up straight. But this tree doesn't go straight. It goes up, and then the branches spread out. Big, thick branch goes this way, out of the 4 amot where he wanted to be shovet. Umay lemala, umay lemata. So what's lemala and lemata? This question's a little bit hard to understand. So Rashi says, "May lemala, ma lemata, b'davar hanoteh shavehu." Something that's going sideways, flat. V'i lemala itbe, lemata letbe. If it's up, it's not down. V'lo shayach belashon ma'ala umata. You can't say up or down. Ela lashon gavo v'namuch. You say either it's above 10 or below 10. V'hachi ba'ile lemitne. Netano be'ilan if he put it in the tree. Gavoa asara if he put it above 10 in eruvo eruv. And gavoa asara if it's not 10 tall eruvo eruv. That would be the proper dikduk. Not 100% sure that I understand the semantics of it, but that's the way the Gemara understands it should be worded. Umidetani ma'ala umata, up and down. It sounds like there's a pole, and you could go up or you could go down. Ma'ashma de zakuf v'yachol aniach lemala begovo or lemata b'shipulo. So the Gemara says no. The tree goes up, then it goes sideways, and then it goes back up. The hadar zakif. It's going to turn sideways again. Deha ibai maiti la derech alav. So what? So let him go up the tree, walk along. He could walk up the tree, and then he could walk along the branch, which is a mekom petur or a karmeli, and then he could go and take his eruv and bring it back to where he is, because we're going like Rabbeinu Hakadosh that holds, and shvut ben hashemashot. Lo gazru ala shvut ben hashemashot. Karmelit is a shvut. Let him walk and get it. Look at Rashi. Deha ibai maiti la derech alav. Ki havehut ledalit amot nami. Even though it's outside of your 4 amot virtual reshut hayachid zone. Ulemala me'asara kiven de dalit amotav olot ad larakia reshut hayachid. Hare yachol alot leilan ad lemala me'asara. Go up in the tree till above 10. Vilitlo and take it. The hakol ailan me'asara ulemala reshut hayachid. Or even easier, you don't have to walk along the branch, climb up your tree. Stick your hand out over the branch, which is all Reshut Yachid, and pull it to you.
So wait, it's above 10 and outside 4 or inside 4?
It's outside 4.
And above 10.
Look at the Lashon, Jack. Hacha bi'ilana noter chutz le'arba. Noteh chutz le'arba amot. It's outside of the 4 amot.
Outside the Bechina also?
Wow. Above 10, 4 by 4. Where it is also the Reshut Yachid. It's also thick and above 10. Why?
Not talking above 10. The Lashon is only 4 amot or also above 10? ככה בעליון יוצא חוץ 4 אמות, אז כן.
Well, so what Rashi says, it's interesting. והוא נתכוון לשבות בעיקרו, הלקח, למטה מעשרה, ולא 10 עירובו עירוב. The eruv is an eruv. The matzi nafikle, you could get it. Holtz le dalet amotav. You could go outside of the 4 amot, kama debai, as far as you want. Ulmishkele, and pick up the eruv. Ve'aituye, and bring it back. Pahot pahot mi dalet amot. You could walk it back less than 4 amot at a time. Ve'afal gav, the mashvina le reshut yachid. What do you mean? If you put it below 10 on the tree, how are you bringing it back? Below 10 is the Reshut Rabim. You're by the tree. Right? We're talking when we say the tree went up and went sideways and went up. So we're saying If you put it on the up above 10, it's no good because you can't get it. And you put it below 10, it is good because you could get it. Why could you get it? Because below 10 is Reshut Rabim, and you're in Reshut Rabim. No, you're not. Because didn't we say that you have a virtual Reshut Yachid around you? So aren't you going from real Reshut Rabim to virtual Reshut Yachid? Says Rashi, well, because it's virtual, it only exists in a Mekil way. We turn it off. We turn it off if it comes out to be Mahmir. לגבי קניית עירוב להקל, to make it more lenient, לאו רשות היחיד גמורה היא. It's not a full רשות היחיד, שלא יוכל להביא מחוצה להן פחות מ-400. דהה לאו מחיצה איכה. There's no wall. ולא חילוק רשות איכה. And there's no separation of רשויות. ומן כמה שבילה בית, עירוב הוא דמה שבילה. The Eruv is making it into the Reshut Yachid. He only wanted it to be a bite when it's going to be matir as Eruv. Not to make it a what's it called so that it should be osir as Eruv. If he goes out together, mighty Reshut Yachid, the Reshut Rabim. He's going from the Reshut Yachid.
Where's the Reshut Rabim? When we say the whole area is Reshut Yachid. We said the whole area is Reshut Yachid.
Right.
So where's the Reshut Rabim here?
He's really in the Reshut Rabim.
Oh, Reshut Yachid we said.
He created Reshut Yachid by making the Shvita.
No, the Reshut Yachid is up on the top of the tree. It's a real Reshut Yachid. Now the question is, how is it a real Reshut Yachid? Tosfot asked the question. The Hadar Zakif. Vem Tomar. Heichi Chashiv Lemala Me'asara Reshut Yachid. Ha-Gedayim Bokim Bo. The goats are going to go underneath. When you have a traskal around it, happens to be a tree that slants, and it happens to be a tree that has stuff underneath the bottom so that the Gedayim can't go. Inami, kegon sheyesh gova asara be'ota zekifa. If in that elevation it goes up 10, the hashiv reshut yachid afagav de gedim bokim bo. Kemo agalot kedamar bazorek. Like the agalot, even though they're above the floor, and gedayim could go under, since they themselves have a full 10, they're considered reshut hayachid, which we'll see problems with Rashi on the next page. So Rashi says, l'chaora, when it's under 10, I can get it, pachot me'arba amot, and bring it into my reshut hayachid because it's only virtual and it's not lahmid. Why can't I get it on the top by turning on my virtual reshut hayachid and sticking my hand over the branch and bringing it in? It's all reshut hayachid. Again, we'll read Rashi. Bring it over the leaves. If it's after the outside of the 4 amot, nami even the dalet amotav, my 4 amot olot ad larakia, go up to the sky as the reshut hayachid. The reshut hayachid who v'harei yachol alo leilan, climb up your tree al lemala me'asara v'litlo and take it ha'kol ha'ilan me'asara lemala reshut hayachid u'mevi'o lemkom shvitato. What I answer is kisherabim mechatpim alav. A lot of people use the branch to adjust their load. Al netiyat hanof shechut ledalet amotav hanemucha me'asara, the part that's below 10. Tahavi reshut rabim. That's the reshut rabim kedeula. So, where the tree goes straight up, you want it to be koneh shevita on the bottom. That's the reshut hayachid. That goes straight up. Make a pipe straight up. But the tree goes like this. At this point, let's say it's 9 tall. It's below 10. Because then it turns and goes back from below 10 to above 10. That area, because people use it, is now a Reshut Rabbi. So if you stick your hand to where your Eruv is on the branch going up, right? Here, right? This is your tree going straight up, right? And this is the branch going this way and up here, right? Or Dadazaki, right? If you want to stick your hand from here to get it, so you're going from the Reshut Yachid to the Reshut Yachid. The problem is people use this area of the tree to adjust their loads. It's 9 tefachim tall. It's very convenient. So when you stick your hand to here, you're going to go from the Reshut Yachid to the Reshut Yachid over the Reshut Rabim. That's Moshi.
How it's possible? No, it's Reshut Rabim. It's not Reshut Yachid.
Sorry, the middle is Reshut Rabim.
Yeah, so
sorry.
All the way up Reshut Rabim.
No. Here, this is the Reshut Yachid.
Right.
Because it's up above 10 and everything good. This is Reshut Yachid. The middle here, this area is Reshut Rabim, and this is Avir Reshut. So you Moshit, Reshut Yachid, over the Reshut Rabim.
Like the balcony case.
Like the balcony, it's exactly there.
Why do Mekatefim have to use it on the 10?
Above 10 it's not Reshut Rabim. We compare two. Okay. So that's why. כדאמר אולה, עמוד 9 ברשות רבים, ורבים מחטפים עליו, וזרק ונח על גביו, חייב. Fine. My Rabbi ומי רבנן. Where's Rabbi, where's Rabbanan? דתניא. נתנו באילן, if you put it in a tree, למעלה מ10 טפחים, above 10 טפחים, אין עירובו עירוב. The עירוב doesn't work. למטה מ10 טפחים, עירובו עירוב, the עירוב works. Now, l'chaora, Rashi says, you have to explain that even though it sounds simple, above and below 10, look in Rashi, וכדוקים למתנידים, ונתכוון לשבות בעיקרו, you want to be koneh shevita on the bottom, ונופון אותה חוץ לארבע אמות, if you thought we escaped from that tree, we're still there, they're still tilting out of 4, right? V'hadar zakif, and then it goes back up. Standard tree, the standard tree looks like that, okay? Ve'asur lemata me'asrat tachim eruvo eruv. Ve'asur letlo. Below 10, it is a good eruv, but you can't take it on Shabbat. Why? Because when is it on Shabbat? You're not allowed to take stuff off the tree.
Yes, it works.
Ben Hashemashot, we gave you that kula.
Why? Because Reshut Rabim or something?
No, mishtamesh be'ilan. You use the tree. Shemei Alevi Yitlosh. Nitano bekalkala betoch shlosha. If you put it under 3 is not considered tree. Under 3 is considered aras michta. It's considered ground. Mutar litlo, you're allowed to take it. Nitano.
Well, that's step on the geza. That's good.
Yes. Nitano. It's under 3.
Under 3.
Hazal. Nitano bekalkala. If you put it in a basket, v'tilao be'ilan, and you hung the basket on the tree, afilu lemala me'asarat v'achin. Even above 10, eruvo eruv, the eruv works. Divrei Rabbi, that's the opinion of Rabbi. So Rabbi holds, even though I can't take the eruv on Shabbat, the eruv is considered an eruv. It's considered an eruv. Why? Must be because ben hashemashot it's accessible. Must be because lo gazru al hashvut ben hashemashot. Look in Rashi. Ve'asulit lo. Afilu hayde lemata me'asara. Even the one below 10, asulit lo. Lemachar b'Shabbat imratza lo'ochlo. Mishum de mishtamesh be'ilan, because he's using the tree. Ve'afilu hachi kani le'iruv ben hashemashot. Even so, the eruv works ben hashemashot. The kivan de shimush ilan shevut Rabbanan, who since using the tree is a Rabbanan, lo gazru alav ben hashemashot. We didn't make a gezerah ben hashemashot. Ve'ihave ba'il mishkele hahi sha'ata mati shakil. If he wanted to take it at that point, he'd be able to. Kol isur Shabbat v'yom tov david medran karishmu. So that's when we see Rabbi's position clear. On Shabbat, I can't take it midrabanan. Yet it's in eruv ben hashemashot. Why? Because ben hashemashot lo gazru al hashvut.
5 and 8 and I lose it on Shabbat. It gets misplaced, it gets lost. It will be still good because
Destroyed.
We will see that coming
I know
up.
we will, but it's the same.
Yeah.
It's accessible to me, Ben Hashem. So
Correct.
I know it's there, and I
Or
can
you can
use it.
send
I
it to
wanted
them.
to use it tomorrow.
You're
It's
right.
not there. It's the same svara.
Right. Mishnah Befirush.
I know, but
Mishnah Befirush and Eruvin, same thing.
Right. No, but it's the same.
Yeah. Okay, the Chachamim say, Kol makom she'asu letlo. If you can't take it on Shabbat, of course it's on the tree. And eruvo eruv. The eruv doesn't work. Why? Because Ben HaShemashot is the same. They don't give you a leniency in Ben HaShemashot that you can do any Isur Rabbanan. Chachamim Omri Mahaya. Which part of the Mishnah they going on? Ilay Ma'aseifa. They going on the end of the Mishnah. Leima Kasavri Rabbanan Sidatin Asurim. That the Chachamim hold that using the side of the tree is Asur. Now, we weren't sure in the end of Masechet Shabbat if the sides were Asur or not. It was a Mahloket in Moraim. But even though it was a Mahloket in Moraim, we didn't bring a proof. Could we bring a specific proof from the Chachamim over here? Are you going to prove from here that they say even in the basket that's hanging on the tree you can't take it? No, we don't want to prove that. Ela Areisha. They're going on the Reisha, which says to take it directly off the tree. If you can't take it, it's not an eruv. Ha'ilan heichidami. What's the tree talking about? Idalet be'arba'a. If it's not 4 wide, mekom peturu. It's a mekom petur, and you should be allowed to take the eruv off. V'ideit be'arba'a. And if it has 4, ki netano be'kalkala. When he put it in the basket, my have. What changed? Meaning, if it's above 10, it's not an eruv. If it's less than 4x4, you should be allowed to be an eruv anyway. What are you going to say? It is 4x4. So what did the basket do for you? The basket made it mutar. The basket makes it less of a reshut rabim. Amar Ravina. Reisha deit be'arba. In the Reisha there's 4 tefachim. And since it's 4x4 by 10, shutei yachid. Problem. Seifa, delet be'arba. In the Seifa, it's not 4x4. The tree itself is not 4x4. It's a funny case. Right? The kalkala mashlimato le'arba'a. But the basket completes the 4.
You finished before you start. That's an amazing thing that happened.
So why do I need a basket? Why are we bothering with a basket? I don't need the basket to make it mutar to take it out of the tree. Take it out of the tree according to Rabbi anyway, because it's only the Sudra Banan. Look in Rashi. Reisha de'it be'dalit. Umishum hachi, because it's 4x4. Lemala me'asara en eruvo eruv. Tahu birshut harabim ve'eruvo birshut hayachid. Seifa delet be'da'al. The Seifa doesn't have 10. It doesn't have 4. Umishum hachi lav reshut hayachidu. That's why it's not a reshut hayachid. The kalkala de nakar. So why is there a basket? Mishum, just put it on the tree without a basket. Why are you messing things up with a basket? Mishum de Rabbi savar like Rabbi Yehuda. Rabbi holds like Rabbi Yehuda, which we'll see in a bright on the next page. The Amar eruv hamunach lemala me'asara. An eruv above 10. Lo have eruv is not an eruv. Filo nitkaven lishpot lemala. Even if his intention was to be koneh shevita up at the 10 level, which he's in mekom petur or reshut yachid, and the eruv is in reshut yachid. Ela im ken munach al makom arba'a. An eruv needs to be resting on a place that's 4x4. It needs a hashivut of a place. Hilkach ilav kalkalaf. You didn't have a basket there. Leka eruv al gabe makom arba'a. You wouldn't have a basket on a place of 4. Ela therefore kalkala mashlimuat al arba'a. In order to make it an eruv, I need the basket to complete the 4 tefachim. Right? The kalkala mashlimuat al arba'a. The Rabbi savar la Rabbi Meir. The savar la Rabbi Yehuda. He holds like Rabbi Meir and he holds like Rabbi Yehuda. Wow, a combination. Savar la Rabbi Meir the Amar hokikin lashlim. He holds like Rabbi Meir that says that we'll carve out in the tree to make it 4x4. Now l'chaora, what do I need it to? What does he need it for? If the kalkala is flat, so it is 4x4 now. You have a platform that's half tree and half kalkala.
No, I'm going to stop the thing. We'll talk about it. What are we learning?
Tosfot asks the question. V'im tomar hach kalkala hechi dami. Im hi shaveh legabe ilan. If it's equal to the tree, or tuliya, or it's hanging down, pahom migimel, less than 3 legabe ilan. Im haya shaveh legabe ilan. Im ken amay tzarich hakika. What do you need to be chokek? V'im hi tuliya lemata migimel. If it's more than 3 down. Heichi parich laeli it bedaled ki netano ala kalkala. My Haber. Halo hashiv reshut yachid afilu yesh bi'ilan asara and lo mitam hakika. Terchoka migava ilan. You need hakika even to make it reshut yachid. Yesh lomar could be talking kegon shefi al kalkala. The opening of the kalkala is equal to the tree. So therefore, the inside of the kalkala is chore reshut yachid. No matter what, it's like you put it inside the Reshut Yachid. But the Eruv is on the bottom of the Kalkala, which is more than 3 away from the top, and therefore you need to be chokek into the tree to make it Makom Daled. That's normal. You put the Kalkala, you put the opening Shaveh to the top of to the base of the tree where it's less than 3. But the Eruv is in the Kalkala deep, and if you don't carve out into the tree, you won't have a Makom Daled. Okay.
I don't want to beat, okay?
So Rabbi, Savala can be Meir that says Chokikim Lashlim. The Savala can be Uda that says that I needed to be a Makom Dalet al Dalet. Savala can be Meir Damar Chokikim Lashlim. Savala can be Uda Damar Ba'ina Eruv al Gabe Makom Arba'a Veleka. Why Rabbi Uda? Where does Rabbi Uda say that? The Tanya we learned. Rabbi Yehuda Omer, Na'at Korah b'Reshut Rabim. If he stuck a pole in the Reshut Rabim, Ve'iniach Eruvo Aleha, and he put his Eruv on the pole, Gavoa Asara v'Rahav Daled. If the pole is 10 tall and 4 wide, so it's a Reshut HaYachid, Eruvo Eruv. The Eruv works. How does the Eruv work? Where did he want to be Koneh Shevita? So if you say he wanted to be Koneh Shevita on the top, that's easy. You don't have to come onto Ravaz Chidush, right? That the whole thing around. Or you could say, since it doesn't say that he wanted to be Koneh Shevita on the bottom of the pole in the Reshut Rabim, and even so it's an Eruv because you have Ravaz virtual Reshut Yachid, and maybe this would be a source for the Ravaz Chidush. We were looking for that yesterday. Ve'im lav en eruvo eruv. And if it's not 10 tall and 4 wide, it's not an eruv. Adrabah, says the Gemara. What do you mean? If it's not 10 tall and 4 wide, even better. Hu ve'eruvo b'makom echad. It's all Reshut Harabim. It's less of a chidush when the pole is not 4 wide. When the pole is 4 wide or 10 tall, it's a Reshut Yachid. And still it's an eruv. If the pole is less than 10 and less than 4, Mekom Petur or a Carmelit, it's much better. So what kind of Adrabah, the biggest chidush you already told me. What's going on with less than 10 and less than 4? Ela hachi kama. This is what he means to say. Gavoa asara, if it's 10 tall, tzarich sheyeh b'rosh arba'a. Right? It needs to have 4 on the top. Gavoa asara v'rahav arba, good. If it's gavoa asara and less than arba, no good. If it's not 10 tall, en gavoa asara. If it's not 10 tall, en tzarich sheyeh b'rosh arba'a. The top doesn't need to be 4. Because below 10, it's in the avir of a makom that's arba by arba. It's in the avir of the ground. Once you get above 10, you're in a different reshut. So it needs its own hashivut. So you have to make a 4x4.
Now how is he grabbing it? How is he mishtamesh ba?
What? Has he mishtamesh?
We're going by his feet, or we're going by?
Even if it's by his feet, we hold like Rava.
And it's the whole thing.
Virtual. Make it makom shevita virtual. This one goes straight. It's not the tree. It's an amud.
If let's say 2 is on the plateau and then you have 2 on the angle, how does that work?
What do you mean? When you want to get a place that's 4x4?
Yeah, like this. Or 2 here and then this is going to be 10, but then Does it always have to be 10 up and then it should be...
We're saying like this. You're putting it up here.
Yeah.
This is 10 tall. This has to be 4x4. If it's not 4x4, Eruv is no good. It's not in a Hashuv place. Whether it goes like this or it's flat, I don't know if it makes a difference. I have 4. I assume if it's like this, I can't consider it, at a certain point the slope stops being flat, starts becoming a wall. But as long as it's not like that, it would combine to be part of the 4x4.
Even if it's in the kitchen,
Now the Gemara asks a question that's a little bit difficult. No, till now was easy.
Till now we were just holding our heads.
Thank you for telling us, Rabbi. This way,
We should bring ice packs like afterwards. The Gemara, Keman, the law can be Yosef and Yehuda. Who does it go like? Not like Rabbi Yosef and Yehuda. Meaning,
the whole thing, even if this fall down. That's where the suffix. No, they need that. You have that. You have that.
the Tanya, let's read the question and then we'll understand what we're going on. The Tanya, Rabbi Yosef and Yehuda Omer, Na'at kaneh b'reshut Rabbi. If you stuck a pole in the Reshut Rabbi, ve'iniach b'roshot raskal, and you put a basket on the top, so you have 4x4 on the top, and you don't have 4x4 on the bottom. V'zara, you threw something, v'nachal gabav, and it landed on top of the pole. Hayav. Why? Because I consider the top of the pole to be the Reshut Yachid, because it's 10 tall, and it's 4x4. Isn't that the shiur of the Reshut Rabim? 10 tall, 4x4. There's only one difference. This thing is only 4x4 on the top. It doesn't go down all the way. It's not a pole that goes straight down. Like this.
Birdhouse.
Right?
Birdhouse.
It's a platform on top of a pole.
There's
Nothing around. So what does Rabbi Yosef ben Yehuda say? Rabbi Yosef ben Yehuda holds good ahit mechitzta. Pull the sides of the basket down and make virtual walls. Good ahit mechitzta. The Chachamim hold them good ahit. But not in this case, because they say kivan shekidayim bokim bo. Since the goats run underneath, it breaks the mechitzot. And Rabbi Yosef ben Yehuda
Not worried about that.
doesn't care that the goats break it. That's on Daf Vav or something in or Kuf in Masechet Shabbat, right? Hey and Kuf Aleph. So we say. So therefore, over here, so what would Rabbi Yosef ben Yehuda affect over here? Look in Tosfot. So what does the Gemara answer? The Gemara says no. Hatam afilu teimer Rabbi Yosef ben Yehuda. Hatam hadran mechitzta. Hacha lo hadran mechitzta. Over there, the mechitzot are built around the pole, so they enclose the pole and they go all the way down. Over here, the teraskal is next to the tree. The mechitzot don't go down all around the tree, and therefore they don't make it a full reshut hayachid. Look in Tosfot. L'sfarim de garsi besamuch hatam hadran mechitzta. Aval bekora lo hadran mechitzta. V'mashma dekaya braita de naatz korah. Umashma lei de ayri afilu chutz l'dar l'amanu. I don't want this Tosfot.
Oi. No? No.
I misunderstood the Tosfot before. Okay. Let's see Rashi. We'll stop with Rashi. Look in Rashi. Keman metaretz Ravina le'el. According to who is Ravina answering? Afalgav de hokikim lehashlim. Even though we carve out to make it a reshut hayachid or to make it 4x4, lo have reshut hayachid. It's not a real reshut hayachid. Mishum de em beikaro dalid. Wait, Hare, what are we talking about according to Rashi? The tree goes up, and then it goes slanted, and then it goes up on this side, right? Now, and you have 4x4 over there. So why is it in Eruv when it's above 10? That's what Rabbi said. Rabbi said with the basket above 10, it's an Eruv. If you put it plain above 10, it's not an Eruv. Why? Because it's a Reshut Yachid. But if you put it in the basket above 10, it's not a Reshut Yachid. According to the Rabbi Yosef ben Yehuda, the basket should cause you to say Guda Hit Mehitzta, and it should be a Reshut Yachid anyway.
Why is it Shut If you put something in the Shut Yachid,
You can above 10 in the Reshut Yachid over there. And we're talking with Rabbi Mechatfin on the middle, like we said before. Right?
But in that case, there's nothing connected to the ground when it's 4x4. In the area for the 4x4, there's nothing coming down to
That's the problem we had before. We asked that on the Tosafot on top. Leave that aside for a minute. Let's just understand at least what Rashi claimed, what we're supposed to be understanding over here. So he says, this is your tree where you are. It goes sideways and then it goes back up. So you're putting it over here, and it's not 4x4 on the tree, but you're putting a basket over there. Now it's 4x4. If the basket makes Gudahi to the bottom, we should say Reshut Yachid over here too.
Even though the basket is something that moves.
Yeah, and we should say you're not allowed to take it anymore because you're going from Reshut Yachid to Reshut Yachid, like you said in the beginning of that parasha. Why is the basket make it better? Why is it mutar when there's a basket? Must be we don't like Rabbi Shibri that you're not going to say Gudahi Mehitzta. Now, why the tree is better than the basket, I'm not sure. So the Gemara says no, even if it's Rabbi Yossi Rabbi Yehuda. Over here, the basket won't be able to make it a Reshut Yachid because in order for the basket to make it a Reshut Yachid, it has to be like Rabbi Yossi Rabbi Yehuda's case, that the walls of the basket surround the pole and they go down on all the sides of the pole. For some reason, that's the case. We'll say Gudahi Mehitzta. But if the basket is only over here, the walls don't go all the way around the pole. They can't make it a Reshut Yachid. Could be because you don't say Gudahit on the tree, you only say it on the walls of the basket, and the walls of the basket are not a full 4x4. But I'm not sure if that's really what he's saying.
You can't go for a mod from the pole.
It's
right. Now you can go only two.
I have.
Two.
One second. Let's say this is.
This is the pole.
Let's get another pole. Let's say this is the top of the tree. It's 2x4, and then I add another one, another this. Now it's 4x4.
That's good.
Right.
But the basket, it's not enough. Even if the basket goes down on its side,
The mehitzot not surrounding.
the mehitzot are not surrounding the pole. That's why it doesn't make Reshut Yachid. Why not? Is it because you don't have a full 4x4, or because there's some special thing? We'll look in Rashi. Rashi and Rabbi Yossi Rabbi Yehuda's case like this: I have a pole. Now we have coffee. We have mess. Okay. I have my pole. I have the basket around the pole, right? So the walls of the basket, they go down, and they create a nice Reshut Yachid on top.
If you had a platform 4x4 on the bottom, Rabbanim would agree to Rabbi Yosef.
Maybe.
Because then booking.
Maybe. So let's see Rashi. Hatam hadran mechitzot. Hatraskal sovevet et hakaneh. The traskal goes around the whole pole. Sharet tahuv be'emtzaito. It's stuck in the middle. V'chi amrinan gudahit mechitzot. When we say pull down the mechitzot of the traskal ad karka, nimtza kaneh the pole mukaf mechitzot. It's surrounded by mechitzot shehalalam arba'a. They have 4 in the middle. V'tulek l'mei mamidi. So I have a Reshut Yachid. Hachal lo hadran mechitzot. The kalkala ena makefetet of Yoshel Ilan. V'chi amrinan gudahit. Even when I pull them down, akati idlan l'meimar. We still have to say chokekin lashlim litztaruf kalkala behad ilan. You still have to carve out from the tree to make 4x4. So now Rashi says you want to do 2 things. You want to say gudahit and carve out. It's too much to pull them. It's working to make it a complete 4.
How many do you have?
I have, let's say, 2 and 2. 2 over here in the kalkala and 2 in the tree. So I'll say gudahit, but I still have to say chokekin first. There are 2 things lo amrina. You can't say at the same time. So therefore I can't make it a Reshut Yachid. It could be also, you could say it 2 ways. I don't know if he means it. I think he means that before you're going to say gudahit, you need to have 4. I would say, just based on the case I'm understanding. I need to have 4. I don't get 4 until I'm chokek in the tree. Since I don't get 4 until I'm chokek in the tree, so then I'm chokek, then I can't say gudahit. If I say gudahit, I didn't have 4. Not sure.
Basically, saying can you use both?
Right, that's it. But in which order, I'm not sure exactly. I'm just maybe it's better this way, maybe it's better. But you're right. Eli said it very clear, but so everybody could understand. You can't say both of them at the same time. Hokekim and Guda. Good, clear. At least something is sort of clear. Good. Thank you. One thing is clear. Okay. Afilu Tema. Rabbi Yirmiyah Amar. No. You know why the kalkala is different? Shani kalkala. The kalkala is different than when you put it on the tree. Ho'il v'yachol l'ntota ulhaviyah letoch hasara. The kalkala is up here by the top of the tree. The tree itself, what you can do to the tree? You can't move the tree. But the kalkala, as long as it's like this, you can't take it from it because it's reshut hayachid. If you go like this side of the kalkala is below 10. Now the kalkala stops being a reshut hayachid. It's karmeli. Fadal. What a trick. So it's funny. Even though the Eruv is right now, and the whole Ben Hashemashol was sitting in the reshut hayachid, and you couldn't take it, since you could un-reshut hayachid, the reshut hayachid, by tilting the basket, it's a good Eruv.
Even though you do it in the middle of Shabbat.
I didn't do it, and I'm not doing it.
Because you can do it.
You were home, Jack, you're sleeping. But you could have done it.
And you
could have gotten it, it's good. Wait till you hear the Gemara's question. Jack, you're going to love
everything he could have done.
We'll let you go for Simchat Rosh Chodesh. You ready? Yativ Rav Papa v'ka'amar lahashmate. We're saying over the sugya. Eiti ve'rav bar sheva l'Rav Papa. Keitzad hu oseh. What should he do? Molicho berishon. Talking about Yom Tov and Shabbat. You need to make Eruv for both days. So one day is not koneh for the next day. You need to do both days. So in theory, you can leave it there and make sure it's there for the next day. But he's not sure it's going to be there. So what does he do? Molicho berishon. He takes it on the first day. Umachshich alav, and he waits there with the Eruv. V'notlo, he comes back. Ubalo b'sheni, he comes back the second day. Machshich alav, he leaves it there. Ve'ochlo, then he can eat it. Amai. Why does he have to even take it there? Neima. For Yom Tov, what do you even have to take Eruv on Yom Tov? Kivan di ibai, amtuye, mati mamtile, avagav dulo amtiye, keman damtiye, dami. On Yom Tov, we should say, since I could put my Eruv there, because I'm allowed to carry it, like I put it there.
It doesn't have to be there.
I don't have to be there. Is that a great question?
Virtual pudding.
Virtual pudding. Stay tuned for tomorrow. Leave him hanging.
Give him ice from it.
Same bad time, same bad station.